What is up, guys? This is your boy Chili. So real quick, I legitimately just got done doing this video, which I will explain real quick is me deleting a bunch of gear off of all three of my characters, everything from the Queen's gear, Trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, all that good stuff, and eventually Skolas. But anyways, deleting all this stuff and then talking about how gradually we're going to see more and more year one stuff shift over into the Taken King over the next year before Destiny 2 releases. Got done doing the commentary, editing everything together, piecing all the clips together, doing the music, and then all of a sudden SHAREfactory just crashes. So that is one more reason why I need to get an HD PVR here coming up soon and just do all the editing on my computer. Regardless, that is not the point. The point is I am here today to discuss with you guys, or rather rant about this game to you guys, and hopefully you guys stay around long enough to listen to me. I would really appreciate that. Why we will see all the year one stuff eventually transfer over. Now, all these clips are me deleting stuff that it took me forever, and I mean like a fucking lot of time to get. Some of these, I don't have the best drop rate, like, whatsoever. I still don't have the Necrochasm, and I ran that stupid Crota raid I don't know how many times. It took me like 40 tries. I exaggerate the number, but it was a lot of tries just to get the hunger of Crota, right? So, overall, it took a long time to get some of these, and having to go back and delete all of it to accommodate for year two stuff was ultimately kind of the hard truth to swallow, as in you knew it was going to happen, but you just had to accept it, right? So some of the gear, it's not so bad, like the Queen's gear that you can just do bounties every week with Petra and she'll eventually give you those weapons. It's not that bad. Varric sells not only a Prison of Elders weapon, but a Prison of Elders armor specific piece for each of your characters. So realistically, you could run Skolas, you could get all those weapons back, and you can buy them all from Varric, and it would only take you like a month to do. But when you look at things like the Dark Below and the Vault of Glass, and how long it took to get those, and how there's no real replacement for some of those, like, there are strike-specific weapons and armor pieces that kind of look cool that they kind of replace. Like the Imago Loop. I have the Imago Loop, I want to say, on my Hunter right now, which is meant to kind of be a Fatebringer replacement, but it just doesn't have the same effect. And essentially what I feel Bungie did when they released the Taken King, and all the new people who bought it, they basically said, hey, here's a repolished version of all the year one content with a bunch of cool new stuff we added in, but your year one content that you get is going to be worth absolutely jack shit. And here's my issue with that is I love this game. I've played it since day one. I had the beta and I played it. I love that. It switched me over for Call of Duty for an entire year. Mainly because this game was fun and Advanced Warfare sucked butt. And to me, looking back on it, it's like I've probably sank, I don't even want to say, because I'm disgusted with myself for playing this game this much. I've probably played this anywhere from 40 to 60 days up to this point, and I'll play even more because I love this game. But when you look at the replay value that came into the Taken King, is once you complete all these quests, like, you know, once you get all the exotics, and they still have more exotics to release. You know, like perfect example is right now I'm going after the Sleeper Simulant. And at the moment, I didn't get it last time, didn't really think, but now I have a bunch of heavy weapons from doing the raid, the Kingsfall raid, to level it up pretty high, which will be pretty fun. But even then, it's like that'll take me, what, a couple days, maybe, even with waiting. You know, when I return to Banshee and I give them that and I wait, it won't take that long to do. So the replay value, they definitely need to keep up with, because they have some real heavy-hitting titles coming out. Battlefront is coming out. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is being received very well, like minus the server issues right now where people are just having a hard time getting online. Zombies is out, a bunch of people love playing that. The campaign is good so far, multiplayer is good. Battlefront, again, like I said, and then Fallout 4 is coming out tonight at midnight, and it's like I'll be getting that. You have Assassin's Creed. So to me, Bungie kind of stole the spotlight over the course of a year, and we all know that they have a storm brewing with Destiny 2 because they're really going to bring out their A game. But what I don't want to see is I don't want to see there be a lack of anything new or exciting over this next year with the Taken King. Now, no one really knows what their plans are, but it's like, okay, you released the Kingsfall raid, now you just reintroduce Trials, you reintroduce the new subclasses. All that was cool for a couple months. You know, like, I think this, I've seen a bunch of different studies where it says the average person plays Destiny 2 to 3 hours a day if you play this game. that is insane. And when you look at what you can do in 2 or 3 hours, you can get a lot done on 1 or 2 characters, maybe not a third, maybe that one takes a little bit more grinding, but at this point you're probably hungry for more stuff. Now when you have things like trials where you kind of have to go through, and like the way that it's done now, you're just looking for the best stat roll possible, that will quench your thirst for a while, but eventually you're just going to get the same gear. You know, you're going to get the perfect rolls, and then you're going to be done. And to me, I think what would really help is if they slowly started reintegrating all the year 1 exotics as well as all the year 1 raid gear. So all the Vault of Glass weapons and armor, as well as all the Dark Below. Now Skolas, they could do that. Varric's, all the gear that he sells, I think that would be cool. But at the end of the day, if I'm coming into the tower and I want to see something cool, I want to see everybody be at a really high level and have there be a bunch of different paths to get there, right? So with the Dark Below right now with the hard mode out, you know, the only way to get 320 gear is essentially doing that or doing trials and then infusing that, or however you want to do it. But that's only 2 methods, right? And there should be a lot more, in my opinion. Like, people who came into the Taken King and bought Destiny, and they're like, man, I can play all the stuff that I missed year 1 and I can get caught up. Yeah, you can. Only the Dark Below and the Vault of Glass are worth dog poop right now. It's pure poop. It's just not worth it. And it's like, you know, if you did the No Time to Explain questline, you had to go in and kill Atheon. Like, that was nostalgia, because I remember having to run that 6 deep and everyone had their roles, and before it was randomized who went into the portals and who had to open them. I mean, that was the fun. That was the fun aspect of it. I think the issue that you're running into now is the King's Fall raid. It's not becoming redundant because you're still going for gear, but to me, I don't think that it would be that hard for them to re-release the Dark Below, killing Crota and then killing Atheon and dropping year 2 grade stats. You know, give me a 320 Fatebringer. Don't give me that, but let me have the chance to earn that. You know how badass that would be. It doesn't take much to re-level those characters up, or to, you know, put Atheon's overall level abilities at whatever you need to. That gives you time to focus on new content while still keeping people who maybe came in late and are trying to play catch up. And even for us year 2 people, like, it took me probably 9 months to get my Titan leg pieces, Kabar's Greaves, right? Because when the Dark Below came out, I just went straight to the Dark Below and got gear like that. And to me, it's like, you know, the whole raid system and how it's set up, even with the King's Fall, it's like you have normal gear dropping in the hard mode. I still don't have Bone Marrow on 2 characters, and I've run it for how many weeks now, and there are people who have the hard mode shader. So it's like, I get that you want us to all work towards that. I get that you kind of need a little bit of luck when it comes to your drops, but eventually people are going to get all that stuff. And with the way I've seen Trials handled, is Trials is great. It's a great competitive outlook for those who play Destiny competitively. I love it. But at the end of the day, year 2 Trials is simply just introducing a few new emblems, a few new shaders, and then basically saying, oh, we're going to rename the year 1 gear. We're going to rename both sets too. So it's going to be the, you know, like the set that you get for your Titan, and then the stuff that just drops randomly with the eye on it. I can't remember which ones they are, but that's all they did. They just changed the color, changed the name, and then just spit it back out at us. And that's fine. Like, I liked that armor. I'm not complaining, and I like the infusion system that we can use to infuse those higher. My point being is they're not taking the most valuable gear from year 1 and bringing it forward yet. And I feel like if Destiny 2 is going to come out in the next year, you know, September of 2016 at least, maybe a little bit into 2017, I feel like they're going to have to do that, because they can't keep cranking out a bunch of new quality content with the Taken King without focusing on Destiny 2. So re-release all the stuff from year 1 eventually over time. I don't care if you wait till the final 2 months to re-release Galahorn as a year 2 weapon. People should be able to experience how much of a powerhouse that was. And I know people are like, yeah, we want to move past that. We want to move past primary weapons with elemental damage. That's all fine and dandy. Like, I don't care if they do that, but to me, make it worth it, because essentially I feel like people who bought the deluxe edition and didn't play year 1, you're selling them this product that says, hey, play all the year 1 stuff. We have a repolished story, more substance to it, better PvP mechanics, like all the stuff you want to hear. You know, you're getting an upgrade. It's like upgrading your car, only to come to find out that your car can't do this. It can't accelerate, or it breaks down right away. Now, that's kind of a bad example because it's not that the game's broken. I don't want that to come off in a bad way, but the strike-specific loot, it just seems like all of this is kind of filler material, and it's good, it's entertaining filler material. The strike-specific loot is awesome. Some of the weapons are really cool. I would just like to see the Year 1 raid stuff brought forward eventually. I would like to run the Year 1 raid in a lot tougher difficulty in order to unlock gear. I'd like them, like, to me, creating an emblem for killing Atheon or creating an emblem for killing Crota wouldn't be difficult, you know? They set it at the same difficulty as King's Fall. Give us 3 raids to run a week. I mean, that's asking a lot of people to do, but the dedicated fans will. I mean, shoot, I'm going to be playing Call of Duty and other games a little bit more now that they've come out, but I'll still come back to Destiny because I still want to do the King's Fall. I want to get the best possible stat rolls because that's what you do. Eventually, everyone will go 9-0 in Trials and be flawless. Eventually, everyone will have all the Iron Banner gear. And even when they cycle those out every quarter and there's a new set of armor, people will eventually get that. What people can't replace, though, is the old school raid gear. Like, I just can't see myself parting with it because some of it took such a long time to get, you know. Asking someone to grind the game out to get that stuff is difficult. But anyways, that's the end of the rant. I apologize, it's gone on a long time. The video's coming to an end. So if you guys agree with some of the things I'm saying, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. That would really help me out. Let me know what you guys think overall because I really want to know how you guys feel. With that being said, I'm going to have a wonderful evening. You have a wonderful evening as well. Remember to stay focused, stay humble, stay driven, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.